Well, I
How do
thought
we
it was
like
Astro.
the everything shaved except for this back?
You trying to be like
What?
you want a longer face?
I don't know. I did it as like a joke because
Growing out
I
your
thought I
face?
was gonna shave it on the day of Halloween, but then I didn't end up going out to Ben's party, so I didn't end up shaving my face.
Or are you doing no shave November?
Well,
I guess shit. I am actually doing No Shave November
Sheesh.
because
I
I'll
want
do
I
it, I
did.
shaved
guess.
Halloween. I shaved Halloween
I'll
night.
do it, I guess. I'm gonna have a full like
Dude, how long you been
fluffy
growing
beard by
that?
the end of this month.
18, 19 years, looks like. Alright. I feel like that's good. Alright.
No, I swear I heard it. The Astros game. I
What?
thought that's where everything crazy
No,
happened.
it was at Astroworld.
Astroworld, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Before we start talking about this, we were gone for a couple weeks. We've been missing out.
That's how it be.
Does anyone care to explain, or should I? Like,
Oh, I
So,
mean, I know my reason for the absence at least.
I was sick for like
yeah, both of you
2
guys
weeks
got sick.
almost.
Yeah, I got really sick.
I was literally
That's-
dying. I was like sitting in my bed, huge headache, like my throat felt like it was on fire.
Mhm.
I wasn't even really congested though. It was just mostly my throat and a headache,
Really?
and it was really painful.
Yeah.
And at some point I couldn't talk, or I was like talking really sounded really bad.
I'm still
Yeah.
pretty congested, not gonna lie. Like I feel like I still sound a little bit nasally.
Yeah. I just have like a cough now.
Yeah.
Like at nighttime.
Only at night.
My big reason.
It
What?
sleeps during
Only
the
at night,
day.
it's weird.
It sleeps during
Yeah,
the
during
day.
the day I feel fine, and then I like get in my bed to go to sleep. I'm just like, just like for the next 20 minutes.
Well, I feel like that's a thing though, because I feel like during the day, like if you have things to distract you from like the fact that you might be sick, then like you don't
Mhm.
really pay attention to that stuff. But then like you're in bed and like you're just in bed with yourself and your thoughts, so
That's
it's like
true.
way more prominent.
And if you
No, I'll
like,
be
think
watching
about
YouTube.
something, if you think about like sniffling or something, you'll start doing it like a lot more. Like
Yeah. hmm
Mhm.
Well, like,
see.
With me, I had like for whatever reason, it was like something up here in my sinus. So like whenever you're about to sneeze and then like it doesn't happen and it makes your
Yeah.
eyes all watery and like your nose hurts and stuff.
Mhm.
Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Definitely.
Okay, all right. So basically, like that's what was happening. It was like right here, but it wasn't like I had to sneeze, but that's what it felt like. And so my eye was like really red and watery and itchy and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I was just super congested. And like I went to Minchie's because I was like I was feeling so shitty, and I was like I just want some ice cream. So I went to Minchie's. And I go get ice cream, and like I can feel because I take an allergy medicine, so I can feel like the snot starting to like drip down out of my nose, and I have no napkins or anything. I'm wearing my mask in Minchie's,
Ew.
and I can feel it. And I like walk out. I walk out of the store, and I pull my mask down, and snot just falls out of my nose. Like,
Nasty
it just
ass,
drips
dude.
out.
Ugh.
It's so gross.
Yeah, like I'll be sitting in class and I just feel it start trickling down. And I like shoot, so I get up and go to the restroom. I blow my nose and it's like this huge snot like bubble. What do
Yeah,
you
it like
call
blows
chunk,
a hole through the toilet paper sometimes.
and it's like yellow
no.
too. It's disgusting. It's so nasty.
Yeah.
You guys
But
ever
my
wake
big
up in the
reason for
morning?
absence was I moved into my new place.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, and
Likely
that is.
story.
I didn't get internet until a couple days ago.
Yeah,
So
no, that's true. And
So, yeah, I'm
another
finally in my
thing
new
that
How's
came
your
with
new
the
place?
hmm?
How's the new place though?
It's good. It's really good. I really
Give me
like
the
the size
deets.
of it.
Give me the details. Like what's
Yeah,
it,
I
what's it
mean,
got?
so well, this is the room. It's very bland right now, but
Is it just one room?
It kind of just looks like your old room, honestly.
I know,
Like
yeah.
gray wall.
Yeah, it looks like you're sitting in the same room as last time.
yeah, no, this is the new room, the studio.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're all gonna record.
We got
an
like
episode
a
there.
walk-in closet. We have a like a balcony and stuff, which is cool. And then
Okay.
the
Do you guys
everything
are you
is
guys
like
live
pretty.
in separate rooms, or
Huh?
are you guys gonna be in separate rooms, or you just got
No, we it's a one bedroom.
one bedroom? Yeah.
Yeah, me.
Nice
That's
and-
where I
nice and
sleep
cheap.
with my girlfriend.
Just be sleeping in different rooms.
I mean,
They good Christians.
No, no, I
it's a
sleep with my
dog.
girl. No, but the living room is like pretty nice. The only thing about the living room that we don't like is like these there's like these lights and they're like floodlights and they flash right like in the direction of where our couch is and stuff like that. And so we need to get like a lamp.
What?
Yeah, it's really it's
You can't
but
like turn
everything was
them or
really good.
anything.
It's pretty updated. They did a good job about like cleaning everything and all that before we moved in and we like the space. So it doesn't I don't feel crowded. I felt a lot surprisingly, I felt like way more crowded at my dad's than I do here.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
my
your
room
room was
there was
pretty
pretty.
messy at your
Yeah, well,
dad's. So
it was small and like
that's
a
it.
bunch of like, Andrew's stuff was all in there. It's I mean it's my room at my dad's house was smaller than a dorm room. Like
Yeah.
it was very
Dang.
very small. So and to share that with my brother, it was just not ideal.
Yeah, I remember when we came back from like the Juice World concert that one time. I think your dad put out the air mattress and literally the entire floor was like covered except for like where the TV was. Like there was
Yeah.
no other space.
Yeah, that's how it is. And there's two twin beds in there, so and like a shelf, and then both of our desks with our computers on them and all that stuff. So it was it's hard because like we have all this stuff that we like live with or whatever, but we don't have anywhere to put it, so it just goes on the floor.
Yeah.
So it's just but I'm really glad to be in my own space. Y'all like I know y'all talked about it already whenever we talked about y'all moving in, but
Yeah.
having your own space is so nice.
It's nice. Like
Yeah.
you don't know what you're missing out on until you have it, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you can do whatever you want. And so I adopted a dog.
Yo.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Dog.
that's gonna be expensive, man.
I will no well, I
Is
mean,
she
yeah,
just
but
chilling there? Is she gonna throw up?
no, she's not gonna throw up. She's feeling a lot better.
She already did.
She been sick.
I will put you back, I know. Ugh.
Is she big? Oh,
That is a big dog. It's like a puppy.
her
Or-
ears, they just be hanging
Yeah.
out.
She looks like Dobby.
Yeah, she does, man. You should have named her Dobby, bro, not Lily.
That's good. What's her name?
Her name is Lily.
Lily.
Yeah.
Harry's mom.
She's
Damn.
so chill.
I didn't even
She's
realize.
so chill. So
She doesn't bark.
She
or
just looks
anything?
like she's chilling there, so she doesn't. She's not like
Yeah.
upset or
She looks
anything.
pissed off that you woke her up.
yeah, I know. I'll put her back. Put her back.
Like, bitch,
Say-
put me
say
back.
Man, I love
That's
dogs.
cool.
I want my own dog.
Yeah, me and Andrea just finished
Here, Lily. Come here, baby.
doing a Harry Potter marathon
Yes, those movies are good.
because HBO, it's on HBO right now.
Oh, really? That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Couple
Sorry about
weeks
that.
ago. I'm just gonna go now. I'm just gonna go now. I
Yeah, go
wasn't
for it.
absent ever. I was ready to record whenever. I was like, I don't care how late we stay up, how early we wake up. I'm down to record whenever. But you guys were always flaking. For the record. Okay, but no, a couple weeks ago, I got in a car accident, and I just didn't tell you guys this entire time. I was like,
No.
man, because I thought we were
Wait,
gonna
how
record.
bad?
Like, it wasn't bad at all. It was
Oh.
it was completely my fault. I was like turning into my like apartment complex, and I was like sitting at the red light, and I like was just staring. I like wasn't even on my phone or anything, and I just like saw the light turn green, like the arrow. And I didn't accelerate. I just like took my foot off the gas and was just like rolling forward, and the car in front of me like hadn't moved, and I just like right into them, and I was like, no fucking way, like I'm not even like on my phone or anything. I was like, I'm just a fucking idiot. I was like, man,
zoned out.
this sucks. And so we like pull into this parking lot next to the apartment, and I get out. I'm like super apologetic. I'm like, man, like I'm so sorry. Like I hope I'm not ruining your night. And it was this girl and this dude, and the girl got out because she was driving, and she was pissed. She was like already on the phone. She's like, some fucking idiot just hit me with their truck, and I was like, man, why you gotta be like that? I was like, I'm trying to be nice. And like the dude gets out of her car, and I realize it's my roommate Nick, one of his friends that like had come and hung out at the apartment. I was like, man, I knew you from somewhere. And I was just like embarrassed. I was like, man, like I'm so sorry.
Was the girl Nick's friend too?
Yeah, I guess so, because they're all in like the Asian Business
The little
Association
group
together.
thing?
Yeah. But then I'm like talking to the girl, and I'm like, okay, like if you don't mind, like I'd rather not call the police, and like we don't have to do insurance because I'd rather like both of our rates not go up, and I'll just like pay like the quote of like whatever the repair is. And she was like, what? No, like why would we not do insurance? she's like, do you not have insurance or something? I was like, no, I just like don't want both of our rates to go up. But she like wasn't listening. I was like, okay. And I called
Doesn't
Lauren.
understand.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like, okay, I guess like if you want your rate to go up too, like. So I called Lauren because she was like coming to meet me at my apartment. She was like already there, and I like told her what happened, and she just like walked over to like where we were because we're like literally in the parking lot right next to my building. And then I called my dad. I like told him I was okay and like what happened, and I was like, what should we do? And he's like, I guess just use insurance if it's gonna be like expensive. I was like, all right, like whatever. And so then I'm like talking to the girl. I'm like, okay, like we can exchange like insurance information now, and like.
Wait, was it like a big dent?
No,
Like,
it wasn't that bad. Like her trunk popped out a little. She was driving like a Toyota Corolla or something like that. And it wasn't that bad. There was literally no damage to my truck. I was like, man, come on. And
classic truck driver.
while Lauren was coming to like be my emotional support, her like brother came because she was like, I need my guardian to come. And I was like, okay, like that's fine. And I was like, okay, so like, are we gonna exchange insurance information now? And she and her brother were both like, why would we give you our insurance information? Like, you're gonna tell them it was our fault. And I was like, what? I was like, I need your information to like make the claim. Like, I like already had my stuff out. Like, I was giving it to them, and they're like, we don't want to give it to you. I was like, what? Like, I'm gonna frame you for rear-ending you? Like, I already said it was completely my fault. I was like, all right, I guess. And I was like, whatever. Like, and I just like called the insurance information. Like my insurance company. Oh no. Actually, she called hers first, and they told her that I needed to make the claim with my insurance. And I was like, okay. And I was on the phone with like Progressive or whatever. And Lauren was like standing there like talking to them. She was like, so are you gonna like give him your information? They're like, no. They're all like, no. Like, what? Why would we do that? And she was like, so even though he's on the phone with them right now, you're not gonna give him the information. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm gonna need the information to make the claim. Like, you can't just not have your information.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm on the phone. The dude's like, okay, like, what's their information? And I'm like, I give him the phone. I'm like, all right, here you go. You gotta give him your information. And she's like, okay. And then she, like, takes the phone. She, like, go gets her stuff. And I was like, fucking, like, why would you not give it to me? Like, that shit makes no sense. Like, I already told her it was my fault. Like, I wasn't trying to, like, scam her or anything. I was like, all right, like, it's my fault. Like, I'm ready to suffer the consequences. But yeah, she was just, like, being, like, kind of bitchy. And I was like, whatever. Like, I understand she's mad because, like, I hit her car. Like, I'll give her that. But, like, also, like, you have to be reasonable at least. And so then, like, after everything happened, I, like, went to bed, like, whatever. I was, like, it was pissing me off for a while. I was laying with Lauren, and I was like, fuck. And she's like, what? I was like, I hit someone's car. And she's like, stop thinking about it. I was like, man, I can't. Like, I hit someone's car. Like, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And then...
Does Lauren, like, live nearby?
No, not at all. She lives, like, 40 minutes away. Like, well, I guess it's more like 30, but still.
Yeah.
But then...
Dang, so she, like, commutes all the time?
Yes, I appreciate her for driving to see me all the time.
What a nice girlfriend.
She is a nice girlfriend. Anyways,
and she listens to the podcast.
Yes, she does. She just like Patrick's
okay,
girlfriend.
listen. Yeah, unlike Patrick's girlfriend. Oh my god.
No.
What?
Wait,
I said just like Patrick's girlfriend. She listens to it.
My girlfriend did too. She actually did.
She did one time.
Like,
she did it one time.
No, she listened to all of them actually.
Okay.
Or no, most of them. I think about half.
That's what
Whenever
she wants
was
you
like,
to believe.
Yeah.
Maybe, because I didn't actually ever hear her doing it.
Trivia night.
But like she said that whenever she was like driving back home and back and forth from C-Stat to home, she would listen to them.
Okay, but also
it's actually like them.
So the next day after I had hit that car, I like went to work, and then after like work, it was like a 6 or 7 hour shift. I like walking out to my truck. And I get out there, and I, like, get in, and I, like, start reversing in my truck, and I'm like, why does it feel, like, kind of fucking weird? And I, like, pull out, and I, like, drive to, like, an open area, and I, like, get out, and my back left tire is completely flat. I'm like, no fucking way, dude. I was
Again,
like,
another flat tire?
No, that was the one I, like, put on my story, like, that's the one that happened, like, a couple weeks ago. But it was the day after. One? Yeah, like, that was a couple weeks ago when I put that on my story. I was like, my fucking luck. That's why I was like, this would happen to me, like, day after I hit someone, my tires popped. I'm like, I'm so mad. I'm like, ugh, like,
Oh no, it didn't happen again. It's
No,
just that
no,
was
yeah, just happened the
whenever
one
you posted
time.
it then.
But that was like a
Okay.
while ago now since we haven't
Bro,
recorded.
she slashed your tire,
Dude,
dude.
I was like, I sent a picture to Nick. I was like, her revenge, man. Like, she came because there was just like a razor blade like stuck in my tire. I was like, man, like, what the hell, like.
Huh.
She's like, he's parked. Let me just put this right here.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I had to call AAA, and they like came to like try and because I couldn't replace the tire by myself because I didn't have like a jack to lift my truck up off the ground, and so the dude
Yeah.
came to like do it, and he couldn't do it either because he was like missing a piece that like I didn't know about at the time, so he just towed me to Discount Tire, and I had to just like buy a new tire. They didn't even have like the same one.
Bobby!
Yes, your friend Bobby was there. He was like, "What's up, man?" I was like, "Yo."
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had to pay like $260 for a new tire, and I was like, man, 'cause, like,
Crazy. That's so expensive.
yeah, I didn't want to
Too
just like
much
not have
money.
a spare in case, so I just bought a new tire to go on like
Yeah.
my original rim. But yeah, that sucked. That was my luck.
Damn.
That's been your
That is
past few
so
weeks.
tough.
Yeah.
That yeah, dude, money
That's
just
a lot of
fucking-
money, man.
is so
All my
hard,
money's
man.
just been going to groceries. So expensive. And I went to the Alabama game.
Oh really? How was that?
The A&M and
Yeah, like the
Alabama game.
big
It was
one.
crazy.
I'm sure that was
It was
wild. Yeah.
Crazy. We won the game, and everyone's just going crazy, like rush the field and stuff.
Mm.
And that's apparently like we could get fined for that. A lot of money for doing something like that.
The university gets fined for that.
Really?
But the tickets
Man, hey,
are
they taking all
$100.
my money anyways. Let them be
Bro,
fined.
the tickets are $125, and my parents wouldn't pay for it for me, so I had to pay
Man.
for it.
That
Darn.
sucks.
I was like,
you don't
I
get
was
in
like,
free as a
please.
student.
No,
That's
we don't.
so lame.
You have to if you buy like a sports pass, you can get it for free, but those are like $300. So you got to go to at least like 4 games or something
Yeah, to
to
make
get
it
the
worth
worth
it.
out of it. Because all the games like cost different based on the team that we're playing, right?
Oh, okay.
So like there was over 100,000 people that went to that game. Okay,
Damn.
so imagine $125 per person,
Times
100,000 people.
100,000.
That's like
I'll do the
$10
math.
million.
Well, I guarantee you that some of the tickets are more expensive than that.
What do you mean?
Like
Oh yeah, like
Oh,
the
like the
front
sponsor
row.
and like
seats.
club
Yeah,
seats
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. Those are probably
Like
more
I
expensive.
was high, dude. I was like I was at the top of the stadium.
If it was 125 for everyone and it was 100,000 people, it'd be 12,500,000. So that's like
Crazy.
the low end.
That's
of
the
what they
lowest,
made.
yeah. That's not including all the concessions money they made,
Yeah.
like all that
VIP
stuff.
seats, that kind of thing.
It's so crazy.
That's
They make
crazy.
crazy bank every single game.
Damn,
Yeah.
I'll just invest in a football stadium.
It's so
Oh, man.
crazy though.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I was talking.
I
for a
was
while.
I was gonna see if we wanted to talk about the hot topic yet. Or,
Yes. Okay.
Oh, go.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say Astroworld happened yesterday. I know 2 people that went. My roommate Jane went, and then my friend Berto went, and they said it was crazy. If
Yeah.
you
I
guys
saw-
don't know, I think like 8 people died, and there's like over like 100 injured people, and like 8 people in the hospital,
Jeez.
something like that.
Jeez, man.
And the
I saw one
videos
thing
are
that said
crazy.
that 11 people are dead now.
That's what Jane said, but then I read there was 8, but I figured it could be 11 too.
Yeah.
I don't know why. My roommate told me it was the baseball Astros game.
No, that's your world, that's your
We're
fist.
having. I was like, huh? Why would that happen there?
Mhm.
Yeah, Ben, go ahead and break it down.
Okay, well, I guess like at the concert or the festival, I guess, it just got like really rowdy and like everyone was pushing each other and like trampling other people, and there was like a
Like, was
lot
it-
of people there because like it's an Astrofest, and like not only is
Was
it
it,
like
like,
sold
ending?
out, but like people break in anyway, so there's like extra people on top of like what the maximum is supposed to be. There's like
Mhm.
videos of people like rushing the gates, and the security guards just like cannot stop them. They're like fucking it up. I see like the security guards in the video like trying to push people, and they just like are missing. And there's like police on horses that like aren't doing anything, and then people are just like sprinting past.
What are they supposed to do?
Yeah, I know.
dude?
Like you can't detain everyone. Like I don't know. I feel like they should have hired more security or something, or trained them
Did you see?
better.
I saw like a picture because like last year or like 2 years ago or something, they like people like hopping the fence, right?
Yeah.
So they made the fence like 20 feet high this time.
Dude, it didn't even matter because people still found like a way to get in. Like huge moms were like running in.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Huge
my my dad, like he works for HFD and stuff like that. So he got a call at like 2 in the morning or something like that.
Dude, I bet.
Like with what?
I said I bet. Like
Yeah, with like everything that was going on. So basically, for like kind of more insider info, I guess. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like he like called me this morning and he was like talking to me about it, which I was kind of surprised because I wasn't expecting I wasn't expecting him to ask me about it. But like I woke up to a text from my mom and she was like, "I hope you didn't go to the Astroworld concert last night." Like she had no idea what I was doing. She goes, I talked to her today and she was like, "Out of all the kids that would go, I just assumed you'd be the one."
That's so funny.
I was like, okay. So anyways, so he basically told me it was like, I think the total amount of people was like up close to like 50,000 people, like in this, which was like way over capacity.
Yeah, I believe
so
that.
Basically what happened, at least there was a couple reports of some of the people who had died, they were on fentanyl or something like that, I think.
Yeah,
and then
there was a lot of like drug overdose. My roommate said he saw people there doing heroin. So
yeah. So there was that, and then there was like another thing. So a few people had like whenever you're talking about people rushing and all that stuff, I guess a few people had already been injured because of that earlier in the day. And then there was like so basically what happened was is like they were like watching some of like the like side events or whatever, like and then like Drake and Travis Scott, like the main headliners, they come out. And like all these people just start rushing to go to the front of like center of the state or front of the state and stuff. And basically like people are getting crushed by other people. Like, so like what happened with some of these people is there's so much force like pushing towards the stage and stuff like that, that they basically like, they breathe in or I mean, they breathe out and then just can't breathe back in because there's so much
like CO2.
Yeah. And so, they like some people like suffocated and stuff like that, and there was like, do what?
I said, geez, like
I know. I mean, can you imagine
horrible.
going to? I mean, what a way to go, man! Like, holy fuck!
like that would be.
No, I mean, that sounds awful.
Like you get
that's awful.
You get like front row seats to this crazy concert thing,
like your
right?
favorite artist,
and you're just chilling at the front. And you just get smushed.
Yeah, it's crazy.
With all these people in the back.
It's so sad. Like the whole thing. Like the more that you read about it, there was like people like telling stories, like commenting on posts, and like there was like kids. I say kids, like people our age performing CPR on people our age.
Yes, dude. I saw videos of this. Jan said so. They don't have like big ambulances, right? They have like little golf carts with like ambulance gear. Yeah. He said that he saw like one like stationed, and there was like they were doing CPR on someone, and they just like stopped at one point, and they just like turned off the lights because like I guess they were already gone, like they were dead.
Yeah,
I was like, that's fucking crazy. Like
and then there was like one thing that I heard, and it was like so basically like the people in the back like didn't realize what was going on in the front, and so they like. There was like one of the golf carts or whatever, and apparently people climbed on top of the golf cart and started dancing on the golf carts.
And they were trying to save someone too, like at the same time, like the security guards were like on the ground trying to save someone, but people were like climbing on the ambulance.
Yeah.
And just like fucking around, and I was like, that's
so
just like, what are you doing? Like,
you don't know what's
happening. It's so fucked. There were, and then apparently they were like, there was people who were like they were moving like I don't know if they were dead, but like unconscious bodies, like crowd surfing unconscious bodies back to like get them out of the thing. And then there was like, I know. And then there were some situations where there was like one thing that basically like what happened is they were so compact that like if you fell over and like you started to get trampled, there was not enough space to pick you back up.
Yeah.
Like it was like that was it. Like you were on the ground getting stepped on by a bunch of people.
Yeah, and if you're like a skinny guy. Just like
any guy for that matter. Yeah, like it's so like everything like and this is why I have so much anxiety whenever it comes to situations like that. Like I am so afraid of like I want to go to more concerts and stuff, and I want to be on the floor, but at the same time it scares me so much.
Yes.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
whoa.
so scary.
I went to the City Morgue concert with my girlfriend a couple weeks ago. I think it's like 2 or 3 weeks ago now. And we were just kind of chilling at the back because she gets anxious and I just want to be with her for a while. But she like wanted to step out, so I was like, all right, well like I'm gonna stay here if that's cool. And she was like, yeah, sure. And I like pushed my way to the front and I was like in the mosh pit and that shit was really fun. Like that was fun, man. Like I get like not being able to do that because it's like pretty intense. Like everyone's just like shoving each other and like you're running around and it's like sweaty. Like I was like completely dry like normal before I went in the mosh pit and I like walked out to Lauren and she was like, "Geez, what happened?" I was like, "I went in the mosh pit." I was like dripping sweat. Like my shirt was soaked. Like my hair was all like down. Like
I went to the
that
mosh
was
pit.
fun.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
But
it's just
in a bigger
No, go ahead,
like
sorry.
setting, yeah, in a bigger setting like Astroworld, like that shit would be scary. Like no way.
yeah.
Hmm.
It's just it's so sad and like they couldn't even identify most of the people because they didn't have IDs on them. And so like the cops posted this thing and they were like, if you like haven't heard from your child or whatever the case or whoever, and like call this number and like and we can try and see if like if you come in and
Yeah.
identify the body.
Man.
That's so awful, man.
Yeah,
It's so it's I texted like a few of my close friends went and I texted them, made sure they were good and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
If you know people
So-
that went, you should check on them. Even if like
Yeah.
they are okay, like the shit that happened is like pretty like mind-boggling, like stressful. Even if you're like completely fine, like no like physical scratches, like that shit with fucks with people's heads, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Check on your friends and stuff, and that stuff it can be really traumatizing for some people. So definitely, make sure they're good. That's just the whole situation is fucking crazy. I like, especially because it's like, basically there was like, wasn't there like one kid that got treated that was like 10 years old or something like that?
I don't know.
I saw this
Maybe.
thing and like one of the kids that got treated was like 10 years old.
Is a 10-year-old even going to that?
That's what I'm saying.
I hear some sicko
The youngest patient that was treated was like 10 years old, and then there was like, well, the 10-year-old kind of makes sense because he probably plays Fortnite, and so that's probably where
he went to
the
see,
influence
Right.
comes
He's
from.
like, man, they made Travis Scott into a
Right.
real person.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
had to go see the real concert.
yeah, but it's just so crazy. Like the more you read, like my mom said that like she was watching the news this morning and stuff, and like they were like she said by the end of the story she just felt so sick to her stomach. Like
Yeah.
it's awful. It real like the way that these people died is so awful.
And they canceled the entire set today. Like nobody performed.
Yeah.
There was no Astroworld
Yeah.
today. And some people think like
Was there
there's
supposed to be
never gonna
another-
be another.
Thing today?
Yeah, there's supposed to be like day 2.
Yeah.
They
So
think.
that was really like the first day. That's
Yeah.
so horrible. Imagine those people that bought day 2 tickets.
I know. And there's no
They probably
refunds.
got
No one's getting
refunded.
refunds. No.
No?
Yeah, my roommate said they weren't getting refunds for their tickets.
So
They're like,
disappointed in them. No refunds.
Damn.
you would think though, like what the fuck? Especially like with
Yeah.
everything happening.
Well, and apparently Travis Scott hasn't released a statement or anything like
Yes,
that. Like he
dude.
hasn't.
People said they were like trying to yell at him while he was performing to like stop the show, and he just like kept going. Like I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he couldn't hear them because like it's loud and
Right,
he's singing
yeah.
loud. So like I don't assume like he like chose to ignore them, but still like I feel like he would be able to see something at least.
Yeah, well, I saw a video and it was like it's just so fucked up. But he like this guy like there was like people doing like performing CPR on like someone like right behind this guy, and he was like, "This dude is dying over here," and Travis Scott is doing the robot.
Man, that's fun.
Oh my god! No, and literally he points the camera to Travis Scott, and he's like, "No way, no way, bro."
Not funny.
so
It's not
fucked
funny.
up.
It's not funny.
It's so
not funny.
fucked up, man. It's so fucked.
But like, was it like at the end of the concert or was it?
Yeah, because I think Travis and like Drake performed last, right?
Yeah,
I don't know how it goes. I've never been or. Really
I'm sure.
looked into
I'm
it.
sure there was just a ton of things that went into it. I know, like there was a couple of factors that went into it, and it's just like the main thing to take into consideration is it was just how these particular human beings and their bodies dealt with what was going on in that scenario. I'm sure that there was some panic that went along with a lot of this, and they probably had panic attacks, which didn't help with the breathing.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you pass out, you fall on the ground, and if what people are saying is true, is there's no space for anyone,
Yeah.
like, to pick people up, then they're just getting trampled and they're passed out.
Yeah.
So it's just the whole thing is messed up. It's just I feel so sorry for the families of the people that died. I feel so sorry for I heard that there were even people that they were taken to a hospital and they didn't make it through into the morning and stuff like that. So like condolences out to all those people. You know, that is just an awful way to go. I mean, you know, there is just like no excuse and no reason that this should have happened. You know, like, and they were just not prepared for anything apparently. So it's just awful. The whole situation is terrible.
Yeah, it says 8 people died. Looking it up.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, definitely like what Ben was saying. Just check on your friends, make sure they're good mentally and stuff. It's the whole situation is just fucked. So
that's so bad.
Yeah. I can't imagine going to see like your favorite artist and just like dying then. Like, you know, you're not gonna. Nobody there thought it was gonna be like their last day on the planet.
Yeah, right.
Like
they might have thought like this is gonna be the most fun day.
Yeah, they probably thought it was gonna be like one of the best days of their life.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think I'd ever go to one of those crazy festival things.
Yeah, I'm not really into like the festival scene. I like just like single concerts.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, like. With all those like 50 artists, like I probably don't even care about any of them.
Probably don't care about like 95% of them.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like I look at like some of these festival lists and I'm like, I'm not paying $300 to $500 to go see 3 people that I like. Like, there's no reason for me to do that.
Like and maybe like Taylor Swift or something. I just go to a Taylor Swift concert.
Well,
I'll be super chill. I'll be like, woo.
Yeah. There's another aspect to festivals that I feel like a lot of people don't take into consideration. It's like at least for me, because I can get very anxious and stuff, like, it's hard for me to be in, like, that kind of crowd of people anyways. But, like, so, like, the way I see it is, like, if you're not up close, then you're just in the middle of, like, in this hot, sweaty group of people, you know, and they're, you know, like, what? Like, if you, like, have to go do something or, like, you need a drink or you just need a break, you have to sift through all these people, go to all the way to the back, and then you're stuck in the back now, and like what's the point?
Yeah.
You get to like watch your artist from like 1,000+ feet away. Like, is that really worth it? You know what I mean?
Won't even be able to hear anything. It's like
it's like just one big mosh pit. Like it's not even
exactly.
There's no like stands, right? There's no like stands like watching them up here or something.
No.
It's just like everyone's at the same eye level. So there's like some people in front of you. That's it. You don't get to watch. You just
well, and I
I
understand the appeal to an extent, you know, like I don't see like I understand wanting to go see a bunch of artists. Like I understand wanting to go, you know, like be with a large group of people. That is a thing that is definitely appealing, but at the same time, like like the factor of pricing and like at least like I said for me and the way that I am and stuff, I just know for me like that kind of scene is just not worth it. Doing smaller events like we like especially like in Houston, you know, we have a ton of smaller like venues that are super good. Like the House of Blues is a great one.
Warehouse
you know,
Live
and
is good.
Do what?
Warehouse Live is good.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
Just small and like if it's like a pretty good amount of people and it's like you're close, like no matter where you are.
Yep. And they have more control of like the situation and the amount of people that are in there.
Dude,
and all other stuff. So
yes, when I was at the City Morgue concert, they were like crowd surfing someone at the front, and the security guards like at the front line literally just like pulled him down. Like they were like, "We're not having any bullshit."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart.
So, anyways, yeah, that's just that whole thing is super crazy.
Yeah,
so
crazy, fucked up.
I have an interesting event, or it's current event-ish. It relates to a sports person again.
Always with sports.
Yeah. I know I briefly explained this in the group chat earlier and stuff with you guys, but you know, if none of y'all have heard, you know, there's this whole situation with Henry Ruggs. So just to give some context, Henry Ruggs used to play for Alabama, was like a top draft pick for Las Vegas Raiders, and he had a rough first season, but like very bright future. And he made some dumb ass decisions, and he went to Top Golf, I think, with some friends, and ended up like drunk driving. So he got super drunk and he's drunk driving, and he took his Corvette or whatever and was going 156 miles an hour in his Corvette, and then rammed into a woman and I think her dog, and was in the car with her. Going, I think the impact speed was about 125, or that's when the airbags came out at least.
Yeah.
And
How do they like figure that out?
it's like all
I'm
tracked.
sure cars have
in
like tons of sensors.
yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Okay.
It's kind of like how like airplanes have like a black box and that has like all the information in it and stuff.
I
It's
guess
like
that's
similar to that. So basically what happened is he hits this lady, and obviously it wrecks her car, but she's trapped inside the vehicle with her dog, and the vehicle catches on fire, and she ends up like burning to death in the car, her and the dog. And the whole situation is just super, super, super fucked up. And he is facing 2 felonies, I believe. And I can look for the video if you want. But no. Actually, it's crazy. So there's I've seen like 3 or 4 videos. There's one like a highway footage of his car. Like there's like one car that goes at normal speed, and then his Corvette like just flies across the screen.
Yeah.
And it was like that was taken like seconds before the crash. And then there's a video of someone. He's like on the ground. He's in a wheelchair now, and he has a neck brace and stuff.
Yeah.
And all that. And he's like on the ground, like outside of his car with someone, and like you can see the car just like in flames and stuff. But the video I'm particularly referring to is the one in his court. Like they had a video of him like in his first court appearance. And they rolled him out on a wheelchair and all this other stuff. And yeah,
like he was super injured with like a neck brace and stuff.
Yeah.
Damn. I can't believe he didn't die. Like, I'm not saying like he should have died, but like that's
like going 80 miles per hour is already insane.
He deserves to. I mean, personally, like I think that this punishment of going to prison, ruining his career, having to live with the guilt of killing somebody, I think that is a lot worse than just instantly dying.
Well, I think what he's as long as he goes to prison. Like,
he will. He 110% will. There's no defense for this. Like what he did, he was driving under the influence.
Justifying.
I feel like
killed somebody. There's nobody that's defending. I mean, like the only thing, like, you know, a lot of people have been like, oh well, you know, don't make him seem like he's the victim. Like, why do you feel bad for him? And also, it's like, well, here's the thing, like.
People are saying that?
Well, I don't really necessarily feel bad for him, but you know, at the same time, you have to feel sorry about the whole situation. You have to feel sorry for the woman and her family and all this other stuff. And you got to feel sorry for him at the same time because he made a dumb decision. At the end of the day, he's like 21 or 22 years old.
And he chose and
he threw away his whole life, his whole career because of one dumb mistake. And it's like it sucks. Like you can't I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, like fuck this guy. Like he deserves, like he deserves to go to prison. He deserves to have to deal with the guilt and all this other stuff. But at the same time, you know, it's sad to see how his life literally changed like that. One bad decision, and it's like completely different.
He was like, what was he doing? He was baseball. Is that what you said?
Football player for the Las Vegas Raiders. He was a receiver.
Like his life was just like coming together, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, and there's so many factors. And it's like, well, first of all, he was with a group of friends, and it's like those are some really shitty ass friends for letting him drive.
But
he was just driving alone.
It's also on him. Like it's so easy to just not drive. Like if you had anything to drink, like there's no amount of drink that's like gonna make you drive.
Right, and you know? that's the thing. That's well. First of all, he makes millions of dollars, so call fucking Uber.
Yeah,
like it's not that hard. The other thing is the NFLPA.
It's like $34.
Yeah, I know.
That's
the NFLPA, the NFL Players Association, they offer free rides to players. Like if they're under the influence for whatever reason, they literally give you like they will bring a chauffeur or an Uber or whatever to wherever you're at and take you to where you need to be, and it's completely free.
His Corvette, man. He just wanted to drive his Corvette, I guess.
So.
It's
too embarrassed.
You know, there's the moral of the story of all this is just like, don't be fucking stupid.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't be stupid. What did I think of that?
I mean, like if you're with and then if you're with someone who's obviously drunk, don't let them drive.
Yeah.
That is your responsibility.
His friends were probably like drunk out of their minds too, right?
I mean, maybe, yeah, but at the same time, like that's your like there is, even whenever, and I know, I'm sure y'all can both attest to this too. When you're like drinking and you're drunk and stuff like that, you're still
I don't drink.
conscious and
I'm underage.
yeah, whatever.
I'm
And you're
also
still
underage.
conscious, and
Kenny also
but you're
doesn't
still
drink because
you're
he's
making
underage.
sure that people get home safe. You know what I mean? It's not whenever, especially like if I had people over here and there were people that were drinking non-alcoholic beer and stuff like
Juice.
that, and they were having a hard time walking for whatever reason that may be.
Yeah.
With that non-alcoholic beer. Oh my
Yeah, I'm not gonna let them leave. I'm gonna be like, sleep on the fucking couch.
Yeah.
You're not going anywhere. Give me your keys. And even if I'm having a hard time walking because I drank some non-alcoholic beer, you know what I mean? Like that's still something that's like on my conscience.
Yeah.
Mhm. Like I was like in these like last 2 weeks when I was like sick, last 2 or 3 weeks, when I was super sick, like my friend, one of my roommates went to a party, and he was telling me like he drove there, and stuff, but he got not like super drunk, but he was kind of drunk, and he told me, "Can you pick me up?" But like as I was heading there, he texted me again. He's like, "No, actually, I think I'm okay to drive and whatever."
Man.
And I'm like, "No, I'm coming. You're not driving."
Yeah,
You're not
exactly.
driving. When I got there, I was with my other roommate and my girlfriend because I picked her up from somewhere, and he kept asking my girlfriend. He's like, "Are you staying over tonight?" Like he asked her like 3 times, and she gave him 3 answers. 3 the same answers.
What the heck?
And I was like, "Yeah, you're not driving."
Yeah. Well, see, but that's smart, man. Like, first of all, props to your friend. Well, not props to the second part.
Props to you, man. For
Well, yeah,
going.
no, props to you, but also a good thing that your friend did text you in the first
Yeah.
place. They were,
Oh, yeah, no,
even though
he like told me before he went. He's like, if I need something, if I need like you to pick me up, do you got me? I'm like, yeah.
Bro.
Round of applause.
Anytime.
Round of applause.
If you're not available.
Like he's smart. He knows his limit, but I think he was just being stupid there, just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing is like it literally takes one call, one $30 purchase or whatever the case may be. Like, there's no reason for people to not take responsibility and get home.
Sucked though. Okay, so like I had to drive like 10 minutes to grab my girlfriend from where she was, right? And I'm like heading back. I'm like already almost back in my apartment 10 minutes later, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta pick up my roommate. And so I text him. I'm like, where are you at? And I'm expecting he's gonna be like an opposite, like somewhere else, kind of close by or something. He's right back exactly where I picked up my girlfriend. He's like 2 minutes away from there. Like,
God damn.
So I had to turn around and I went all the way back.
Oh
It was
my
just,
God.
it was funny.
I just feel like
I felt so sick. Like I had a huge headache. I was like, I don't want to drive right now.
with the dude
my
that like
God.
got in the accident, like I don't understand because like unless he just like went to the bathroom and then dipped without saying anything, like how are you gonna be like, I'm leaving, and then no one's just like, nah, man, like you can't leave, like you had a lot to drink, like what the fuck, like what happened, like.
Well, yeah, and like it's even like the Top Golf employees, like it's their responsibility to make sure, like this is actually not even just Top Golf employees, any bar, anytime you go to a place to drink and you're serving this person drink, it's your job to make sure that you cut them off at a healthy amount, and it's your job to make sure that they're not like leaving the premise without some kind of ride, without some like making sure that they're not driving. Like that is your responsibility as and maybe it's not in some written rules, but in my honest opinion, you take on that responsibility. You're serving this person drinks and stuff like that, and that's you're taking on that responsibility to make sure that
We should ask Zane about it. Zane
Huh?
would know.
He works at a bar.
Yeah.
He knows a
Zane would
couple
know.
things from working in the bar business.
Yeah, works at a bar.
Yeah, but again, I think he deserves all the guilt. I think he deserves the time in prison.
Yeah,
I think he deserves all that stuff. It's the whole situation is sad for both parties.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Because I can give him like 3 to 20 years or something, right? Like,
Probably a lot more.
30
He's
to
facing
20.
felonies, so and it's
Okay.
like it's hypothetically. I forget the. Is it like called vehicular manslaughter? Is that what it's called? Yeah.
I think so. And it doesn't. I don't
Crazy
think it
stuff,
matters if
man.
it's like accidental or purpose. Like
Yeah. Yeah, because he was under the influence.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah. We talked about two
I was
depressing
gonna say.
things. We have-
Anyways, now that we're done talking about people dying, what?
Yeah.
Let's talk about something like cheerful.
I got those new tattoos I was talking about last time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Here's my little Lego brick.
Nice.
It's huge. What do you mean? That's not little.
It's just my arm being huge. I mean, it's
It's
not
Yeah, his
that
arm is
big.
he's big swole, man.
It's big.
Oh right,
It's
okay, okay.
And then I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but here's Sponge
Yeah, the sponge guard.
I like,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
I
That's
swear,
so
like
funny.
every time I go to the gym, people will like walk up to me like, "Is that SpongeBob on your leg?" I'm like, "Uh huh." And they're just
Yep.
like, "Nice, bro. Cool tattoo." I'm like, "Thanks, man."
That's so funny.
The other week at work, I was like working the register, and this mom, and then like her kid, who's probably like around my age, came up, and the mom was like, people always at work will always be like, "Oh, you have like a peep tattoo, like how funny," because they just think it's like the candy, but some
Mhm.
people like understand it like it's for a little peep. And but like the mom comes up and she's like, "Oh, that's funny, like you have a peep, like how cute." And she was like, "Now is there any like meaning behind it?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And then her son was like, "Yeah, that's like for Lil Peep, like the rapper that died." And then she was like, "Oh, like I don't like him, like he has face tattoos, like why would he do that to himself?" And I was like, "You're gonna like judge someone based on like the face tattoos they have? Like what the fuck?"
Dang, she
Like,
hates your tattoo now, man.
yeah, I was like, so if I had face tattoos, you would assume like I'm a trashy person or something. Like I was like, that's just like what the fuck to me.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's tough. It's just that's a very traditional way of
Yeah.
thinking. Like people like I don't think she meant it like anything personally or anything like
Yeah.
that. But like especially like in
I mean, I'm
most
not
workplace.
really a big fan of face tattoos.
I mean, I'm not.
you don't
I
have to
would
be a
never
big
get
fan.
one personally, but I don't think that I don't think anyone necessarily assumes that. I
Mhm.
mean, there are some people, obviously, like probably her, but
Yeah.
most people don't assume that people are shitty people just because they have face tattoos and
Yeah,
stuff.
I've definitely met like nice people.
Lots
who
Yeah,
have
but
Lots
tattoos.
of older people just don't like tattoos at all and are like very
yeah,
judgmental about them.
Mhm.
Like
yeah,
when I first got this one, the Lego, I like went to HEB right after and I had it like wrapped up and this old dude that was working there just like staring at it as I like walked by and just like looking and I was
Well,
like
maybe he was just curious.
I mean
What
yeah,
was
like
it?
he could have been just curious, but like there are people that just like judge you off your tattoos, like that shit's not coming off. Like those
Well,
are
like,
permanent,
it's probably-
right? Like
It's probably
Yeah.
something like back in their day, right? Like
Yeah,
when they went,
it's just-
they went to school, people who had tattoos were associated with like bullies
yeah, or
the
like
jocks
Yeah.
the
or, like,
bad
super-
kids, you know.
or thugs
the
and stuff like
thug
that.
guys,
Yeah.
yeah.
hmm
I'm trying to break the stereotype. I'm trying to be the nice dude with tattoos, man.
Yeah.
Trying to be a
Tattoos,
cool
okay.
guy.
Yeah. It's I mean, but like I said, it's just seen as it's seen in a lot of workplaces, especially as unprofessional. Like
Yeah,
it's
but
there's a lot of jobs that you can't get
Yeah,
if
but
you
that-
have face
it is
and neck
becoming like
tattoos.
more acceptable to have
Mhm.
tattoos now. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's
100%.
because our generation like doesn't care. Like they think they're cool.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't want tattoos, like you think other people's are cool. Like I
Yeah.
get that a lot. Like
Yeah, like
people that
I
don't
like.
get tattoos.
I think your tattoos are pretty cool, but I don't know. if
Pretty
I'd ever get
cool. Man.
I think they're super cool. They're,
there you go.
they're crazy. Like I like the Lego. I think that's cool.
Yeah, the Lego one is sick.
The Lego one is fire.
Yeah,
It's super cool.
SpongeBob one is fire. It has no
Go
meaning.
ahead.
The SpongeBob one is
Sponge-
fire, even though it has no
SpongeBob.
meaning.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I don't like I said. I mean, but like what was I like with the tattoo thing just to real quick cuz like I didn't really interview. I went to like this like what's it called?
Oh, you got a new job. We can talk about that.
Oh yeah, I did. I got a new job. I'm officially going to be a Southwest employee.
Nice.
Woo!
Yeah.
So you're saying like when I go on a trip, I'm gonna see, right?
Yeah, I guess maybe.
Like, are you gonna work at like Hobby? Lobby?
Yeah, I'll be out of Hobby.
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby
Yeah,
Lobby?
Hobby.
Hobby Lobby?
Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, so I got an interview for this is a while back for Alaska Air, a different airline, and we had to like go through this like pre-presentation thing before we even got the face-to-face.
Mhm.
And one of the things that they do is any tattoo that cannot be covered by something that they like a part of their uniform, they won't offer you the job. So anything
Right.
on your hands, anything on your neck and face, like if it can't be covered, they won't give you the job.
Mhm.
So it's just, but yeah, I think Southwest is a lot more lenient because I even asked the guy I was interviewing with. I was like, hey, I have some tattoos that might be like a little bit like
Mhm.
revealed and stuff, and he was like, no, it's totally acceptable and stuff like
Nice.
that. So, and then if not, if like for whatever reason I just have a manager with weird rules, like I just wear a long sleeve, so
Yeah,
it's not that
exactly.
big of a deal.
Yeah.
Well, dude, one time, so my brother used to work at the same Antians I work at now, and the owners are the same people. It's like this guy and his wife. They're like kind of older, but they like remember my brother, and so the first time they like ever came in and like met me, they like they know I'm his brother, and so like the woman was like come up to me, she's like, oh, like such a handsome young man. She's like, the tattoos though, like I can't stand the tattoos. Why would you ruin your skin with them? And I was like, man, like come on, lady,
Not a handsome young man anymore.
I'm gonna fight you, woman. Put your hands up. You finna catch these hand tattoos.
Those are fighting
Like,
words, lady.
Yeah.
Hands like hand tattoo.
Yeah,
Hand,
hand tattoo.
hand
It's just
tattoo on your-
TATO, hand tato.
So
So you can put on my fingers.
funny. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we haven't talked. I mean, I talked to Ben a little bit, but overall, we haven't like spoken, and
I know. Well, I've been
it's
trying to
absence
save
that we've had.
everything for this.
Yeah.
Huh?
I've been trying to save like a lot of things for this. Like you guys didn't even know about my accident I had. That was like a whole month ago.
That was crazy.
I know.
That's so
Yeah,
I
funny.
was just like waiting to.
I'm
drop
pretty
that.
sure, I've hung out with you after that
Yep,
happened.
you have. I was like worried
That never
someone was
came
gonna
up.
mention it. I was
Oh,
like,
Ben,
Kenny,
aren't you gonna get a new car?
soon, hopefully. I mean, my dad's trying to sell our old house right now, so he's just like waiting for that to sell because he doesn't want to pay 2 mortgages and like start a car payment or whatever. So
Right.
yeah, so I'm just driving my
Yeah.
gas
Do you know?
guzzling truck.
Do you like have any idea what you want?
I think a Toyota Camry is what we're gonna look at, just because it's like a small car and it's just like gas efficient.
So, what are you gonna do with your truck?
I don't know. I was just gonna let my dad decide. I don't know if he wants to keep it.
I mean,
Or
that's probably not gonna be
somewhere,
worth a lot, man. Like,
Yeah, how much
I
do you think it's gonna be worth? Just out of curiosity.
I mean,
I honestly
it's-
have no clue because like
it has an accident on its record. It's
Oh,
got
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Well,
it's-
like,
Man, I don't know. Would he be willing to trade for a 21-year-old Lexus by any
no,
chance?
no, absolutely not. Especially not to you.
how many
You bitch.
Gonna wreck my car, Jim. Totally.
how many miles did you say was on it? It was like 200.
It's like
or something.
275,000 right now. But
That's
it's
so
like
crazy.
it's like really well maintained and like kept. Like my dad has upgraded it and like increased the suspension and stuff. Like
That's
he's
so
like
crazy.
big
I
mechanic.
could not see you get more than like 2,000 for that.
I mean,
like,
I don't know. It's pretty nice. Like there's nothing really wrong with it.
yeah,
Well,
but when people see 275,000
Yeah, that's
miles,
true.
I think that might.
Listen. People,
Put them back a little bit.
there's, and I will say this because, people will pay good money for a couple things with that Ben's truck has. A truck with a lift.
Yep.
That's one thing. People love buying trucks with lifts. And the fact that even though it has 200, like basically like what Ben is saying, what they're gonna like, if a person really wants the vehicle, they're gonna look, okay, this has a lot of miles on it, but like let's take a look at like the engine and like all the other stuff that's
Yeah.
being maintained about it. And
Yeah,
if,
well,
like,
like, yeah, of course, like,
everything is clean, they're gonna pay good money for it, like that at the end of the day. So
yeah, of course, like people like that are very mechanical
Educated?
heavy. They know educated, yeah. They like know all the stuff,
Yeah.
ins and outs. They'll not understand if it's like a good
Yeah.
value
Yeah.
or not.
Well, I feel like
But I mean, people could also just buy it for parts or something.
that's
right?
true.
yeah, that's also true.
I feel like we're gonna keep it maybe just because it's like useful to have. Because like my dad does have like a truck, but I think it's like a 2018 like F250 or something. So it's like really wide and like really big, and it uses diesel. So like just having like the smaller like compact truck is like useful if you need to like just take like certain things or whatever. I don't know what he's
Yeah.
gonna do with it.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Ben's truck for helping me move into my apartment.
Yes, I did do that. I helped you move in.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ben Truck for driving me around for like the past 2 years.
Like, you're all reliable.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
It's a nice truck
definitely-
too. I liked it.
Yeah, it's a nice
Thanks,
size.
man.
It's not huge, which makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that truck is older than me. It's a 2001 F-150, so
Damn.
it was literally made before I was.
It still can't drink yet though.
Yeah, my truck can't drink.
Just
No.
Stay
truck can't drink.
drinking oil. Yes. My truck be guzzling gas, man.
I'm sure,
So
bro.
I was
Drive to work, Porter gone.
That's crazy.
No,
I
not
was
really.
thinking, guys, like next week, you want to do another gaming video?
Yeah, definitely. We can do a game.
Hell
video.
yeah.
I mean,
Next weekend.
we could record another one of these too, as a backup.
Yeah.
We could
Might have
do
had a little break.
we could do Uno or like
That'd be
Yeah,
Pummel
we-
Party was on sale, dude.
What was?
Pico
Pummel
Party?
Party?
What is it?
It was like half off not too long
Man.
ago.
And you didn't say anything?
I looked at it for a second and I was like, I don't want to buy it right now.
Man, so it's on you. That's
yeah.
also that. If you haven't, go and check out our gaming video we released because I worked
Yeah,
on it
it's
for a
very,
long
very-
time. But I
It's
think I think it's
quality,
pretty
man.
funny.
It's
good.
hilarious. It's a good video.
It's so funny.
I just
Yeah.
love editing videos.
Thank you, Ben, for
Yeah.
editing that.
Full time editor,
Full-time editor.
pretzel
Very
maker
nice.
by day, editor by night.
Yeah. No, it's I definitely you know want to keep doing the we have something a little bit different for you guys this week
Yeah.
theme going, so
Well,
no
what's
good.
up? I was gonna say I have a good idea for like a podcast video, but with like something else in it. I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is now, but it's gonna be fun. I think if we do it for at least part of an episode, because it wouldn't take that long. I think, but it would
Okay,
be like
yeah.
a good way to start an episode. I think.
All right,
Sure.
sounds good.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, and then one thing, and I know we very briefly discussed this in the group chat and stuff, but I kind of want to let you guys know just in case. Obviously, like over Thanksgiving break, Kenny will be coming back
Yes.
with us, so we are going to try and maybe work around and kind of get a actual all of us in the same room
In person.
podcast
The
for you guys.
studio. Recording
So
in
we're
the
gonna-
studio.
In the studio, of course.
in the
Yeah.
studio. So we haven't fully discussed details because we have to figure out what Kenny's schedule is looking like.
Mhm.
And-
Yeah, so
or-
apparently my Thanksgiving break is just like 4 days.
Yeah, Wednesday,
Man.
like Tuesday or
I think
Wednesday.
Wednesday and then that's it. Wednesday, Friday, Thursday, Friday,
Yeah.
and then I get the
Dude, that
weekend.
sucks.
So I'll
Yeah.
probably come back Tuesday
Oh.
afternoon or something.
Well, I don't work on Thanksgiving, which is good because in past years the mall was open on Thanksgiving. Thank God. It's
Whack.
closed.
I will
But it's gonna be
probably be working
open
on-
Black Friday.
Oh, oof.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
I
Oh
will probably be working on Thanksgiving, so
man. Yeah, shit, dude. When do you
Yeah.
start at Southwest?
I have to. Yeah, I'll explain all that in a second because I know you had something to say. So
We just started accepting digital tips, like when people pay with card at our work, which is good. So, and the way it works, I thought it would be like if someone tips you and you're clocked in, like it would, like percentage of it would be split between like you and whoever else is working. But the way they're doing it is like all the tips are just like bundled together, and then at the end of every pay period, it's like divided by how many hours you worked, which is like, I mean, like I'm not gonna say it's 100% fair, but I work like the second/third most hours behind like our manager and like the other supervisor. So
Mhm.
like I'm gonna get a big portion of like the tips. So I'm like,
yeah,
whatever. I guess that's the raise for
That's
me.
cool.
I'm trying
That's
to get my
cool.
bag. So
nice.
Do you guys get a lot of tips?
I mean, yeah, we do now. Like it's only for card payments, so we don't have like a tip jar or anything. And some people are like pretty generous, but that's why like I am excited to work during the holiday season because I feel like people will be more generous with their tipping. Like-
Merry
yeah.
Christmas. Here's $1,000.
That would be nice.
That's
Alright, what were you
funny.
gonna say, Patrick? Your job.
Oh yeah, okay. So this last week, so I got the email, I got the contingent offer, which is basically them just saying like, hey, like, do you want to accept it? You have to go through a background check, do a drug test, all this other stuff. And so I was like, I had to fill out like a bunch of this paperwork and stuff, and I got it all done, submitted, turned in.
Mhm.
So I got that email on like the 28th of October. I submitted all my stuff by the 30th, I think that Saturday, and got everything turned in. So then 2 days later, on November 1st, I get an email. saying I didn't even make it past the application process, and that they're going to move forward with like the like applications. Like they're like, thank you so much for applying. Like, you know, good luck. Basically, is like what the email said.
Yeah, like sorry, we don't
Yeah,
want you.
sorry. Yeah, sorry for whatever. So, and I was like, whoa. So, I got this email like kind of late at night, and I was, having a good time and stuff. And it made me not have so much of a good time because I was like, what the fuck? And so I emailed my recruiter and stuff, and I was like, what's going on? Whatever. And I don't hear from him for like 3 days. And then yesterday, I believe, I get a call from like a New York number, and I instantly knew it was him because I knew he was from New York and stuff. So I pick up the phone, and it was him, and he was like, hey, like, it was actually just like a glitch in the system. Like, there's no reason it should say that and all this other stuff. And I was like, bruh.
Man,
you got me all
ruined your night
the
for no
anti
reason.
like heart drop probably fell right there.
Yeah. I was
You ruined
so
your night for no
relieved. I was,
reason, man.
because, I had like planned a lot of stuff around like the fact that I'm going to be making more money, and I'm going to be working more hours and all this other stuff. So, I've been like kind of prepared for that.
Yeah.
And, so it like freaked me out, of course, because like I don't want to be a delivery driver forever. So anyways, but yeah, everything got handled, and I just had to refill out like all the paperwork that I did. He's like, I'm not 100% sure. He's like, so go ahead and just refill this stuff out just in case. And so I went ahead and did that. Filled out all the paperwork, and we're good to go now. So
Nice.
Cool. That's
All right.
awesome.
I don't know if you're done your story, but we need to start wrapping up because Lauren's here and we're going to see a movie soon. We gotta do
okay, yeah.
snacks
No,
and
I'm
stuff.
good. I'm done.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Well,
Let's just
end. Thanks for
Let's just
tuning
end it.
I mean, like, we'll say goodbye. I mean,
Yeah.
we gotta do our
Yeah.
usual thing.
Thanks
So
for tuning in.
bye.
yeah, thanks for tuning in.
It's
and
just gonna
stuff.
cut back here.
Yeah, we'll try and be a little bit more consistent.
Yeah,
So
I know we disappointed some certain individuals that text me every
I
week
know our
about if
thousands
there's gonna be
fans
an
are just
episode the
wondering.
next day. But
yeah,
I mean, this is just a hobby. Like as a reminder, like this is something we're doing for fun.
right.
So if we're not always consistent, like start paying us, then we'll be more consistent.
Yeah. Right.
But anyways, yeah, thanks for listening.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
See you guys next time.